love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble.
What's up, racing fans? This is the Road to the Kentucky Derby series here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. And my name is Keith. I look forward to talking about each horse here for an exciting episode of the Withers at Aqueduct with Kentucky Derby points on the line. So I'm going to be talking about each horse in this one. It's going to be Saturday, February 1st at Aqueduct. So let me know who you like here in the big weathers. I'm actually going to be talking about each horse. I have a couple horses that I'm really intrigued with, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about. So remember to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to Each and Every Stride. Let's talk about the Withers here. It's going to be race 7 for the Withers. 1 mile and 1/8 here for a nice purse of $250,000 for 3-year-olds. Field of 7 have assembled here for Aqueduct. Big stakes race here for the Road to the Kentucky Derby series. Let's talk about each horse here. Thank you for tuning in here. So we got Global Steve, number 1. Familiar connections from last year I want to talk about. This is an unbeaten horse shipping in from Parks, and he won the maiden special weight in style and the Future Star Stakes sprinting 7/8 of a mile. So looks like a talented horse here. 6-1 morning line. For connections I was just mentioning is that this horse for Uncle Heavy. Uncle Heavy won this race with the Withers last year. So this could be another move for the Parks connections. And this is Robert Reed Jr. He wins at 30% when the horses go for running a longer route of ground. That move for Reed right there. So that's a nice move for 30%. And you get the familiar jockey of Sanchez aboard, 6-1. Interesting horse. I'm going to be talking about this horse a little bit more. Let's talk about number 2, Surfside Moon. Surfside Moon is a 15-1 morning line and broke the maiden on the turf and really finished 5th in the Laurel Fraternity on dirt, and then 6th in the Oddwad Stakes on the turf. So, for me, it was just big, going to need a huge step forward, kind of uncertainty with this stakes, class, but you can't fault the connections for taking a shot in this one. Let's talk about Corvus here, number 3. So for Corvus, he hasn't finished, done very well, hasn't finished out of the top 4 in any of his 6 starts. So very consistent in the money type horse. And even has raced well here at Aqueduct in the allowance optional claiming level. The issue with this one for me is that just the speed figures look low. So I looked at the even the Brisnet speed figures of a 79 compared to the rest of this Withers field. This is going to be really something, a class perspective up against it, the number 3, but never know, maybe a step forward. And Familiar likes the Aqueduct racetrack. Let's talk about number 4, Uncle Jim. Interested in this horse is that this was a horse that finished 3rd in the Jerome. Also, will be part of the mix. We've talked about the Brad Cox barn really heating up. So this is a horse that actually was really close to the pace last time, closer than expected. And that wasn't really the running style that they figured here in this one. And I think we'll try to rebound. I think that if this horse can get back to the running style of being maybe further back off the pace, Uncle Jim, we've seen it in years past. We saw it last year that horses can win off the pace here, even on these big stakes days at Aqueduct. So I like this horse to get a nice piece of this one. And, if you go back to the original race at Keeneland, the first start of the career, that's the one I'm looking at. Hopefully that would be this type of performance again, even with a move forward here in the Withers. Let's talk about a horse I'm very familiar with. I've handicapped many times already, is number 5, Mo Quality. So you see all the morning lines here. I got them just a short time ago as I record this. So co 3-1s here right in the middle. So Uncle Jim's 3-1 and number 5, Mo Quality for Kendrick Carmouche, and Chris Davis will be the trainer here. First start at Aqueduct. This was the horse that ran in the Smarty Jones. So this was the horse that faced a Cole Battle. And we've seen a lot of these horses come back and really, really do well, come back and win again. So even Kale's Angel, who came in third place, came back to win at the Renaissance Stakes. And then how about Speed King over this past weekend was in this field too and won the Southwest. So it's kind of a rotating musical chairs here of these horses, but they all come back and keep winning. So now maybe it's Mo Quality's turn. In my takeaway, this horse has big talent, and he's ran against strong fields, as I mentioned here in the Smarty Jones. So, a lot of horses he's faced have come back and won. So it's going to be first time him running in New York here in the Withers. So I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more here with Mo Quality. Let's talk about number 6 here, Captain Cook. 5-2 morning line. Little pretty low there. I thought, definitely, respect though, right? I mean, this horse broke the maiden in style. It was a sloppy racetrack at Aqueduct on December 28th. And before that was 5th in the career debut. Practical Joke horse. Now, this was a horse that was transferred to Rick Dutrow. So this is in the Dutrow barn now. And I think this horse has still got some big upside. Now, Dutrow does well. He does hit 22% with second time out for his barn. So this is the second start here for Captain Cook in the Dutrow barn. And we got Manny Franco aboard. He knows a thing or two about winning stakes races here in New York. All right, let's talk about number 7 here, Omaha, Omaha. All right, let's look at Omaha, Omaha here. This is for my Peyton Manning fans. I mentioned last time. I love that with changing the play at the line. So, this is a horse that came on really well. He earned 4 points, 4 Kentucky Derby points there. And, that was in the Jerome to winner Cyclone State. So I remember Cyclone State was much the best with the speed. But remember this horse, Omaha came up really well for second. So, really came on there strong, broke the maiden at Delaware Park, and maybe one that got to get a big piece of it late. Just, I'm not sure at the 4-1 morning line how I'm going to get value on that one. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Withers and how I really want to get paid on this one. And let me know who you like too in the comments. Let's talk about it. So my top pick is actually going to be Uncle Jim. I went a little back and forth on this one. Maybe I'm looking for 2 uncles back-to-back years. So we had Uncle Heavy the previous year, little hunch play here of Uncle Jim. Now, as I mentioned, this horse was too close to the pace last time. Didn't really run his race. I'm hoping to get that kind of performance in the Keeneland debut race. I went back and watched the replay. I really liked what I saw. So maybe some kind of a stalking trip like that and pounce down the lane. So number 4, Uncle Jim's going to be my top pick. As I mentioned, number 5, Mo Quality, has faced some really talented runners here early on in the Kentucky Derby trail. The talent is there. Can he put it all together? The only concern for me was first time running here at Aqueduct. Now, I know that some of these horses are doing the same thing too, but no question about his talent. Can he put it all together here in the Withers? So that'll be my second pick. And my value long shot, I know it's a 6-1 horse. This race in general looked a little on the chalky side to me. So I think if we can get a 6-1 or so, I don't know if this horse is really going to get bet much from that morning line. But number 1, Global Steve, will be in all my plays. Connections that won the Withers. And this same move, could it be in the works here? The same Parks connections. And Robert Reed Jr. does really well with horses stretching out here for the first time. Thank you so much for tuning in here. This is the Road to the Kentucky Derby series here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. Thrilled to give you this content. Keep on growing this channel. So thank you so much for the likes, the retweets, the subscribes. It doesn't go unnoticed. So appreciate that support here. And we got big racing this weekend here. So stay tuned. We also, we got the football Super Bowl on the way the following weekend. So keep it tuned here on the Each and Every Stride YouTube channel. My name's Keith. give me a follow at Each Every Stride on X Twitter. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's cash this weekend.